Welcome everybody, Jason Rozin here once again with Troy Aupperle, CEO of US Enzymes, and we are super happy to be here to go over some protocols that we put together. We're just calling them 4 product protocols. We wanted to make something very, very simple, and the idea for this was birthed from our good friend Dr. Patrick Porter, who is going to build actually some brain tap, some neurofeedback programs to go along with these protocols, which we're really jazzed about. So this one is actually what we call like probably the place to start. Now, any of these protocols can be done together, but we highly suggest that you start right here. And as many of you could probably guess, this is going to be called a gut detox protocol. Great place to start, right, Troy?
Absolutely.
So the first product that we're going to cover in the protocol, which is, probably the most important supplement that any human being on earth can take, is our DIGESTXYM, or our digestive enzyme product. So Troy, I'm just going to kind of let you take it away, give a nice little background on this, and then really get into what makes our product stand out from the marketplace.
Yeah, again, like you mentioned, if you could only take one supplement, walked into a health food store and there's only one you could take, digestive enzymes would be at the top of the list. So just it's a foundational product. So just from the perspective of just energy, if we look at, scientists, guesstimating where between 50 and 70% of our energy every day is used to digest our food. So that's a huge misallocation of our natural resources. So we just want to redirect that. So that's what the product is designed to do, and it does it better than anything else that's available in the marketplace. And why that is, I mean, we're going to look at just the 5 principles behind it. I mean, the first thing is sourcing, which is key, and the fact that most people don't know where their stuff is coming from.
Right.
I mean, I'm not talking about consumers or even doctors. I'm talking about companies that have other companies make their products, which is the case for probably 90% of the companies out there.
Absolutely.
They outsource their manufacturing, so they have no clue where the stuff's coming from. It's like, hey, just get this to me. I need it by tomorrow, and I need it at $5 a bottle.
Yeah, right.
So
exactly. I don't care how clean it is or whatever. Yeah. This is the enzyme I want.
Yeah. So not a good plan, and that kind of backfired in 2014 with that international enzyme recall. So we were not involved in that for obvious reasons. We do our own sourcing, we do our own manufacturing, so it's all soup to nuts, beginning to end. So that's the critical piece, and what's missing from most products. 2 is potency, or the horsepower to produce results. So that's why we list all the activity on the label and on our website. So we want you to compare it to anything that's out there freely. I mean, apples to apples, oranges to oranges.
Right.
3rd is purity. That has to do not just with how clean the products are, but it goes back to what's in the capsule. I just have a real disdain for companies that are putting in 300 to 400 milligrams of other ingredients like herbs or minerals into an enzyme product, and then they're calling it a digestive enzyme. It's not. It's herbs with some enzymes.
Right.
So if you look at our products, I mean, 90 to 95 or even up to 98% of what's in our capsules are digestive enzymes. So that's what you're paying for. That's what you're going to get. 3rd, or actually 4th, we'll look at diversity. So that's just the number of different enzymes. So that's super important as well. There's a lot of kind of games people play with their labels.
Yep.
We don't do that. So each one of the 23 different enzymes in this product are unique. They're not a part of another one or a subpart of another one. They each have their own CAS and IUB number, which is what distinguishes them. It's kind of like having a social security number for each enzyme. So that's unique. And then the last piece is of course, our packaging, which is, it's world class. I mean, there's just nobody out there that gets that part of it. So I mean, that we're using glass bottles, we're using a certain color glass bottle for energy reasons. We're putting in 31 capsules, which 7 months out of the year have 31 days. So anybody that tells you they're supplying you a month's supply and they give you 30 capsules is fiction.
Right.
So yeah, the easy flip top lids, everything is disclosed. That's what I love. I mean, there's no games going on. It's all right here. If you want the best of the best, that's what we offer.
I always love when you say there's no Colonel's secret recipe here.
Right.
It's just
There's
that
no secret
transparent. Right.
sauce.
Right. Yes. Right. Yeah. No. I absolutely. Just love the fact that a patient can take one capsule of digestive enzyme of ours, and it equals 3 to like 15 of some of the other ones out there. So it's just nice that the patient can take, by like you said, by one bottle, it's going to last them a full entire month. And one thing we should probably address too, which is a question you and I get probably on a daily basis, is should I take a digestive enzyme if my body produces enzymes? And there's many different reasons why you should, but just to address one fact, there is no negative feedback loop for enzymes. So by taking enzymes, you're not going to stop your body's ability to produce enzymes, and that was proven, like you've told me about, in the law of adaptive secretion, which is a law which has been proven. And then also, if you think about the way our food is handled, processed, heated, it's just defunct of enzymes. So even if you try to eat a somewhat healthy diet, it's going to be next to impossible to get the amount of enzymes your body needs, because you are only going to make so much of those. And when you stop making them, that's the end of the story right there.
Exactly.
All right, so we'll move on to our next product here. And this is our gut healing product. And of course, there's about 1 billion of these out there these days. And one thing that we wanted to make sure that we made was a gut product that had branded ingredients, meaning they are patented ingredients that have been heavily researched and have qualified claims. And we wanted to make sure we steered clear of glutamine. So glutamine is in most gut healing products. Some of the major problems I have with it is it can deplete magnesium, which is in short supply in most people. And the biggest reason I'm not a fan of glutamine is it can upregulate the mTOR pathway, which we know now is something that can cause greater risks for cancer in people, especially if you've been exposed to cancer in the past. So I think that glutamine eventually is going to probably see its way out of the industry, maybe not for quite a while, but we wanted to make something that was not this industry standard. So we have a product in here. There's 4 products in this blend. The first is Sunfiber, which is a absolute world-class product that is used for all types of IBS. It is a modulating fiber because of those facts. In other words, it is like an adaptogen for your gut. If you are constipated, it works. If you have diarrhea, it works. It's proven to heal the gap junctions. It is an amazing prebiotic that's been studied probably more than any nutritional product I've ever seen in our industry. It's been, last time I counted, it was like, 97 human clinical studies. I mean, it's a legit gut healing product with tons and tons and tons of research. It ferments to butyrate, which is the food for your gut. So just a beautiful product for healing the gut. Then we wanted to put something else in there to really put some teeth into it. And we knew we wanted to use curcumin. The problem with a lot of curcumins out there is, well, for ease of use, they're yellow, they stain, it tastes really bad. It doesn't mix well. And it's a product that's heavily, it has a lot of oil in it. So once you take something that's a root and you grind it into a powder, the oil is going to rancidify very rapidly. So I'm not a huge fan of powdered curcumins for that reason, because of the rancidification. So we found a company that has been able to produce a complete 100% water-soluble curcumin that is white, that is got a half-life 3 times greater than traditional curcumin, which is one of the knocks on curcumin, and the bioavailability is 3 times greater, and that's been clinically proven. So curcumin, obviously great for inflammation, liver, providing the body support against microbes. So terrific for the brain. So the gut and the brain, they go right together. So absolutely adore the curcumin that we found for that. It's called C3 Reduct. And then we wanted to provide support for cellular energy, because the intestines need a lot of support for cellular energy. So we have a bioidentical CoQ10 from Konica that's in here in a powder as well. And then we knew we wanted to add a probiotic, but something that had a lot of research on being able to survive, being in a powder and surviving the acid of the stomach and the bile. So we found that, and we put a low dose of that probiotic in there because it is very potent. And we have all these in one. It's super easy to take. You just mix it up into your favorite beverage and take it in the morning. 31 servings is a full month supply. So you just take a scoop, mix it in with, you can even mix it in with your favorite, coconut oil or whatever, shake up some protein zyme or your favorite smoothie in there, and you are good to go with just a wonderful, wonderful gut healing product. All right, so we'll move on to our next guy, and that is CLEANSXYM. I know this has been just a huge product for you, Troy, and just fun, probably one of the most fun ones that you and I worked together on, and is actually leading you to Peru next week to help talk to some pretty high up people about some of the wonderful ingredients in this. So we won't touch any more on that. But Troy, why don't you kind of talk a little bit about this, and then I'll kind of close in the gaps.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of maybe a 5-prong approach. So again, like with most of our products, we try to pack as much punch into each capsule or product as possible. So this is no exception. The first and kind of foundational ingredient is oxygenated magnesium. So this is a brainchild and a kind of a one of a kind product in the sense that the magnesium is obviously a natural laxative, but it's really a carrier or a vehicle for oxygen. So that small or nascent amount of oxygen is released as it travels throughout your entire digestive tract. So starting in your small intestine, moving through your large intestine, and it'll do two things. I mean, one, it annihilates all anaerobic bacteria on contact. So no struggle, no battle. It's just poof. This stuff shows up and it's game over.
Right.
So and the other part of it is that it distinguishes and provides the opportunity for the facultative or the good bacteria to utilize that oxygen to strengthen themselves. So it's absolutely like a dream ingredient. So there's nothing else on the planet like it. So that's the foundation of it. And then we wanted to look at some enzymes that would support what's going on in the gut, because we see so much yeast, candida, fungus. I mean, just overgrowth, galore.
Yep.
So what we did is we came up with a profile of enzymes that kind of would match. The kind of take that on, so to speak. And if you look at the numbers, I mean, they're impressive. So I mean, we started with enzymes that are going to digest cellulose. So we have cellulase, we have 10,000 units. We have xylanase, 7,500 units. We have hemicellulase, 4,000 units. Some protease at 15,000, beta glucanase 300, and then kind of the unique enzyme in this blend is the chitinase or chitinase.
Love that. Yeah.
Yeah,
super hard.
Awesome.
Yeah,
you just don't see that out there. So again, they're designed to break the shell walls, expose those creatures, so to speak, so that the enzymes, the protease in particular, can eat them.
Yep.
And digest them and get rid of it. And that'll also help boost your immune system, so that your immune system plays a role in cleaning that out as well. So that's number 2. And then number 3, we get into the like the greens. So we put some greens in there because greens are obviously both ends of the spectrum. They're food, a natural source of protein, but they're also cleansing from the source of the main ingredient. Most of these are chlorophyll. So blue-green algae, alfalfa. And then we looked at some herbs for the liver and colon, right? Because obviously
this is going to
we're cleaning.
Yep.
Yep. We're cleaning things out. So, we have dandelion root, senna, we have corn silk, we have turkey rhubarb, kind of the whole gamut as far as, and those are in small doses. So you're not going to, see any major purging, so to speak.
Right.
Definitely a gentle cleanse. There's no toxicity levels or no issues from that perspective. And then the last kind of brainstorm, was Jason's idea with the bentonite clay.
Yes. Yep. Definitely. And we went with a really well proven calcium bentonite clay that has been a savior for many people that have aflatoxin exposure. So it's just huge to just kind of suck up kill the bad bacteria, work on the shells and the yeast and the molds, and then suck up, the things that go along with that, and some of the die-off and those aflatoxins. So yeah, it's a cleanse in a bottle. What else can we say? I think we nailed the name on this one.
Yep, great job.
All right. Okay, so then the last product is HCL. So of course we could talk about this at length, but we put HCL in here because if you're having gut problems, especially acid reflux, bloating, gas, you are low on HCL. So a lot of people say, hey, I produce my own HCL. I don't have any digestive issues. Fine, then maybe you don't need to take it. But if you're having gut problems, you are absolutely going to need to take HCL, and you're probably going to need to take it for quite a long time until you've really got your diet changed around. So hydrochloric acid, huge for methylation. It's critical for breaking down your food to make it available for digestion. But most importantly, it's critical for breaking your food down from as a natural disinfectant. So the H. pylori is just a rampant issue, and that gone unchecked can lead to heart disease and all kinds of other nightmares. And it all starts with your body's ability to not get to the food and disinfect it, right away. And then I know, Troy, we added some really cool, unique enzymes to this guy. So why don't you maybe comment a little bit more, and then anything else on HCL?
Yeah, I mean, again, from an enzyme perspective, I mean, the HCL provides the right pH for the enzymes to do their job.
Right.
So that's why if you are short on that, now it's kind of a double whammy. I mean, now you have no, cleansing or detox, or purification, disinfecting going on, and there's no digestion going on either. So stuff's just passing right on through.
Yep.
So yeah, this provides a great environment for that, and then the panel of enzymes that are in here are all compatible and work, within the pH, and are work synergistically with the HCL.
Yeah, so they're not.
So you'll see, some
by
pre-digestion going
right.
on, which is critical, and then the real digestion going on in the lower portion of the stomach. So again, it's kind of a 1-2 punch.
Yes, I know. Whenever you and I meet at a seminar and we eat out, we make sure to have a bottle of this on hand.
Yep.
Especially for for that restaurant food, you don't know what's going on back there.
Right.
All right. Well, beautiful. Yes. So if you guys are interested any further, we do have these available on a PDF, going through the dosage schedule, the time frames, everything. This would be a 90-day program. Just contact me at jason@usenzymes.com. This is our website, usenzymes.com, for doctors. Just click right here to request an account. If you're a patient, you will have to have a doctor sponsor code to purchase from, so you can just contact us to get one of those, because you will need to be consulted by a clinician to purchase our products. And yes, a big thanks to Dr. Patrick Porter for being the inspiration for these protocols. We highly recommend you check out his products. Just amazing for the brain, and just using our protocols along with his brain tap, I just can't imagine the amount of lives we're going to change. All right, Troy, anything else before we sign off?
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you, everybody. We'll see you next time.